Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. I found another recipe that I want to do, and this one is one I've never made before. And it's like I said, it's as you can see from the title, it's salsa. I'm going to lower this down so you can see in my bowl. I might put this back a little bit so you can see in my bowl. Oh, there's Erlene. I tipped it down. So what I've got in here right now is a mango. And it got pretty ripe. I'll put it back a little bit. Whoa. I'll put it back a little bit because I feel like I'm cutting my head off. It's pretty ripe, and I figured I better start using it before it gets too ripe. In fact, it probably would have spoiled on me if I wouldn't have used it when now. So it has to be chopped up. It's hard to peel them, and it's hard to cut them up when they're like they are. So I just did the best I could. It calls for 1 mango. Then it calls for a 1/4 cup of finely chopped bell pepper. Well, I'm putting more than a 1/4 cup in it because it calls for a jalapeno. That I don't use jalapeno peppers, and since I don't use jalapeno peppers, I'm going to put a little bit more of the red pepper in it. So I put 1/2 cup of red pepper, chopped it up with my Peppered Chef chopper. Put that in here. I also chopped up a green onion. Excuse me, I'm gonna put that in here. Oh, trying to get on. Yeah, Periscope's been acting up lately. But I'm glad you're here now. There's my green pepper. Like I said, it calls for jalapenos, but since I don't use jalapenos, I just went and put a little bit more of red pepper in it so I would have enough pepper. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro. Well, I don't have fresh cilantro. I only have what's in the jar. So I'll put that in there. It's just chopped up really fine anyway. So I'll put that in there. And like I said, there's the jalapeno. I skipped that. Then 2 tablespoons of lime juice, which I will put that in there right now. And you got 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And then you have to mix this together. And then you let it sit for a 1/2 hour. So I'll put this 2 tablespoons of lime juice. They say fresh is best, but I didn't happen to have fresh. And when you don't have fresh, you just make do with what you've got. That's what I say. And I want to use it. And then 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. There we go. Welcome to those coming on. I know I don't have too many. I can see that. I don't have very many. But I'm thankful for what I do have. But I got to get a spoon here. Just find a smaller one. And then you mix this all together. And then you mix it all together. And then you cover it for about 30 minutes. There isn't going to be a lot of salsa in here. But I'm going to cover it. I'm going to mix this. And what it does is you can see it's mixing. It might be a little bit more liquidy than it should be because of the mango was pretty ripe, but I wanted to get it used. But still, I think it's going to be a pretty nice salsa. And I've got some tortilla chips I'm going to use for it. And now I'm going to I've got stretch to fit covers that I'm going to put over the top of this. And I'll leave this sit for a 1/2 hour to get the flavors because you've got to get your lime juice and your lemon juice to meld. I'm going to come back up and to meld. I might leave this down here so people can see it. They probably can't see through the bowl. I can take this off, but I want to leave the cover on it. And I can just tip it like this. Hi, John. Good to see you. Welcome. It was very simple to make. And like I said, I had a mango in my refrigerator that would have gone bad eventually anyway if I hadn't used it. So I thought I better get it used, and so I don't have to go out and buy one. And hi, Damon, good to see you. I'm going to take the cover off for this just a little bit so you can see it, and I'll have to cover it when I get done. But this is what. Yeah, you could probably, yeah. But for myself, this is fine because I don't eat a lot anyway. And I'll put this back so you can see. And I can tip it up a little bit if you want to. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I've got my salsa all made. And it's sitting here in the bowl. It's got to be covered for a 1/2 hour before I can use it. But if I cover it, you guys won't be able to see the inside of it. So But I probably better cover it anyway to get these flavors mixed together. And I can just lift it up, and you might be able to look under the cover. Oh, hi, Shorty. Long time no see. I don't know if you can see under the bowl, under the lid, but this is there is my salsa. I've made, oh yeah, I think it does too. Like I said, if you weren't in here, the mango was quite ripe. And I thought, well, I better use it because if I let it go too long, I'm going to have to throw it out. And hi, good to see you, welcome. And I didn't want to have to throw it out. Oh, you got a new phone? Let me see your ID. Oh, Becca, that's right. I hope I'm following you. If I'm not, when I go into the replay, I'll follow you. I'm glad to see you, Shorty. What kind of salsa is it? It's mango. You take your sweet mango. This is going to actually be a sweet salsa. It's got mango in it. It's got a green onion chopped, a red pepper, a quarter cup of a red pepper. But I put in a half a cup since I didn't use the jalapeno pepper. I don't care for jalapeno peppers, and I'm not going to put that in there. Oh, you have a prepaid phone? Oh, yes, it is different. Quite different. I don't know if you can see it under the cover or not, because it has to be sit for 30 minutes before I can use it. But I wanted to make this to show this to you. I found this is another recipe that I found on allrecipes.com. And I thought I would make it. I've made salsa before, but I've never made this particular one. If you can see, it looks really good. I've never made this kind before, and I thought I would make it because I wanted to have something different to eat. Yeah, it is. And it's everything that you would have in your refrigerator, your pantry. You would have mangoes. People like mangoes. You would have green onions. Cilantro. Now, I called for fresh cilantro. I didn't have fresh, so I just used what was in the jar. I figured it's got to be chopped up anyway, so I figured that's good enough. Yeah, you can use it with tortilla chips, probably any other kind of chips, corn chips. I've got a little bit of tortilla chips left, yes. I think you could probably put it on anything that you want to. You could put it in tacos, too, if you wanted to, I suppose. I just had left the rest of my taco stuff I had left from the other day. I just finished one up before I came in here. But it's very simple to make, and if you like mangoes, which I like mangoes, they're nice and sweet. And I can take this off just for a little bit to show you, if you can, so you can see it a little bit better what it looks like. It's kind of hard in this bowl, but I can hold it up a little bit. It's really a different kind of salsa. Oh, me too. I do too. Yeah, pineapple probably would make a good mango, or a good salsa. I never thought about that. Are potatoes? Oh, no, potatoes aren't bad. Absolutely not. I eat a lot of potatoes. My goodness, why would you ask if potatoes are bad? That's a good question, but I don't know why you would ask that. No, potatoes are very good. Peaches. Oh, yes. Peach salsa would probably work just as well. This recipe, you can take it. You could probably use pineapple. You can use peaches. You can use any kind of fruit you want to, and just keep all the rest of it the same. Of course, I know there's people in here that probably eat jalapenos, so I'll put that in the recipe. When I put the recipe down on Facebook, I'll put that down as part of the recipe, although I didn't use it. Oh, it probably would. It probably would, although I don't eat eggs. But as you can see, it's going to be a real nice salsa. Once all the flavors get mixed in together, it will taste really good. I'll put the covering on after I get done here because I want to take a picture of it for Facebook anyway. Put the covering on before I can even use it. But you could use this put this on anything, tortilla chips if you have corn chips or whatever you might have. Even potato chips maybe probably would work as well. A good salsa. I have never been a fan of salsa because, the salsas in the store are really, we have mild salsa, but then you have the real hot and spicy salsa. Forget that. That's got jalapenos in it, and I don't want any part of it. So if you make your own, you just leave the jalapenos out. They say, well, it said in the video, if you don't want it so hot, then you can seed it you know, take the seeds out and it probably wouldn't be as hot. Maybe that's probably what makes jalapenos so hot, but I don't think I'd like the taste of jalapenos anyway. So, yes, that's what I'm saying. Fresh is much better. Absolutely. You know, but I buy jarred pasta just in a pinch. No, I don't like spicy either. Spicy isn't good for you. You know, it's hard on your system, and you just don't want to put stuff like that in. And I never did like spicy stuff, ever. Never, never, never. The simpler, the better. Now, they say this has got a little spice to it. Probably with the lemon juice and the lime juice, it's going to be a little spicy. But once it gets all melted together, it'll be just fine. And I'll use it later and put it on tortilla. I still have my asparagus guacamole yet. I eat that sparingly. And those that were in here yesterday and watched me make the pie, I've already had a piece of it yesterday, and it's actually very, very good. Carob is something that a lot of people are going to have to get used to if they want to go from eating cocoa powder, using cocoa powder to carob. That, you know, is a different flavor. It's not even chocolate. It's natural, but it tastes very good. And if you weren't in my Periscope yesterday, this is what it looks like. I had a piece out of it. This is what it looks like. It's very, very tasty, and I really like it. I'm going to be eating a piece of it a little bit later. But I wanted to come in here and do this salsa. Oh yeah, it tastes. I was a little worried about it too. Carob is an acquired taste. Like I said, if you're used to cocoa powder, then you go to carob, it's going to be a whole new thing for you. But when you think about it, think about your cocoa powder. It's got caffeine in it, and it's, you know, you shouldn't be having that. It's not very good for you at all. Yes, it probably would be, but I don't celebrate Halloween, so that's just a bad day for me anyway. Oh, Thanksgiving, yes, for Thanksgiving. I might make it for Thanksgiving, but Halloween, you know, I don't even celebrate that day. I just keep all my doors shut and my windows shut and my lights off, and they don't even come to my door. Welcome to those coming on. Yeah, if people knew what the origin of Halloween was, they wouldn't celebrate it either. Those just coming on, here's my salsa. I'm holding it up because it's hard to see it from in the bowl. But this is my salsa. Mango is your main ingredient. One mango. And the one I had was very, very ripe. In fact, it was probably too ripe. When I bought it, it wasn't real ripe. But I put it in the refrigerator and left it ripen. And I wondered what I could use it for. Well, I happened to see this recipe, and I thought, well, I better get it used before it goes bad on me. And boy, trying to get it away from that seed. That seed is that, you know, great big thing. It looks like a darn big stone. It's hard to get it scraped off of there. I did the best I could getting it off and then throw the stone away. But this is a different kind of salsa. It looks different. If I had a yellow pepper, I probably would have put that in there too in place of the jalapeno. But since I didn't have any yellow pepper or orange or green, I just put a little, I doubled the red pepper. Instead of a quarter cup, I put a half a cup. I thought, well, this will be just as good. It won't matter much. I don't know why people like to put jalapenos and things, but jalapenos to me are awful. You know, I don't particularly care for hot stuff, and I don't know why people do. I don't know why they like hot stuff, but they do. Maybe I'll put this into a smaller container, and I won't have to hold that up, and you can see it better. Let's see. I think it'll go in here. Yeah, I don't understand it either, but people do that. I'm gonna get a spoon. Hold on, get a spoon. Try to get this in this little container, and I won't have to hold the bowl up because I got my dishwater here and I could just wash it. No, it's just gonna fit, just the right size. Okay, now you can see. Now you can see what it looks like. No, I haven't, because it has to sit for 30 minutes covered, so it can get the flavors to. That's actually a little bit bigger cover than it needs, but I'll put that on there anyway. It's supposed to sit there for 30 minutes to get the flavors, because you know you got your lemon juice and your lime juice. If you cover it, that kind of melds the flavors all together, and then you can use it. But you should probably be able to see it under the cover. But it's actually a different kind of salsa. I've never used mango salsa before, and I might try peach next time. So what all did I put in it? Okay, it's got mango, peeled and chopped. It was hard to chop it because it was overly ripe. It had 1 green onion. It has supposed to have 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro. I didn't have fresh cilantro, so I used what's in the jar. And it's organic, what I used in the jar. Let me close this up. This is what I used. So I used that. And then it calls for, let me get the, and it calls for lemon juice and lime juice. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, I think, wait a minute, let me look at it. Okay, 2 tablespoons of lime juice and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And that's all it has in it, plus a jalapeno pepper, which I don't use. So in lieu of the, oh, and it's got red pepper in it too. It calls for a 1/4 cup of red pepper. But like I said, since I didn't use a jalapeno pepper, which are small on the small side anyway, I thought, well, I'll just add an extra 1/4 cup of red pepper in here and make it a 1/2 cup of red pepper and leave the jalapeno pepper out. I think that would work just as well. I was going to use a whole red pepper, but I think that's just a little too much. So that's what I did. And as you can see, you probably see it under the cover. I'll just leave that cover out and leave it covered up. Very simple to make. Doesn't take very long. And I know it's going to be good. I'm going to taste it as soon as it gets ready to taste. But make your own if you can. I said I'm going to try, maybe I'm going to try peach or pineapple the next time. Just get a peach, you know, and peel it, you know, and take the pit out and try and do a peach and chop it up. I don't see why not. Peach salsa or pineapple salsa and keep everything else the same. That would be a good flavored salsa. It really, really would. And the green onion, there isn't much to that. It's just a small green onion. I just used the Pampered Chef chopper and chopped it up to make it, because you have to make it real fine. I do the same thing for the red pepper. I use the Pampered Chef chopper to chop it up fine, because it's a lot better if it's chopped up. But if you can make your own and you've got the means to do it, because it's so much better for you. You know what's in it. You don't have to worry about yeah, apricot. That's another good. I never thought about that. I'm going to try the different flavors of salsa, because you could take a recipe and tweak it to your liking. I just happened to have the mango and I used it. But if I'd had a peach, I probably would have put that in there instead. You know, that's why I like making my own things with a recipe, because I like to tweak the recipe and maybe put something in it that's not in the recipe or it doesn't call for, or in other times leave things out that it does call for and substitute. You know, and if you can't have a good substitution, which I'm not sure there's a substitution for the jalapenos anyway, and I didn't look. Sometimes I do, and I didn't bother looking, because I thought I'll just leave it out. Welcome to Periscope for the very first time. So I'll just leave the jalapeno out. I don't need jalapeno in here. I like mild salsa. Anything that's going to be overly spicy or hot, forget it. Because you know what you end up doing? You end up going to the faucet and drinking water all the time, because you can't drink enough water to get rid of the taste of that spice in your mouth. You know, and people will do that. My daughter's eating hot stuff already, you know, and then she can't hardly stomach it, and she's trying to get hot or trying to get water to take it down. I told her, I says, well, that's what you get for eating something hot. You shouldn't even try it in the first place. But you know, that's how people are. They love hot and spicy stuff. The hotter and spicier, the better. Not me. I want to make it mild, and I want it to taste good. And it's something that I've made myself, that I've tweaked it to my liking. And if I don't like it, then I'll either make it different the next time, or I won't make it at all. Most of the time, if I don't like it, I just leave it go, and I don't make it again. But that's the whole idea of those recipes. You can tweak them to your liking. You can put in it what you want, or not put in it what you don't want. You know, take things out, substitute, or whatever. I'm constantly doing that with recipes. The ones that call for, like my pie called for vinegar. I didn't put vinegar in, or apple cider vinegar. I ended up putting lemon juice in it instead. Oh, It was very good. In fact, I cut into it. I'll show it to you. I cut into it. It's really, really good. I'll have another piece a little bit later when I get done with this Periscope. But you see, I cut them in small pieces, so it'll last me a while. Oh, you got a juicer today? Oh, good, good. Oh, yeah, yeah. Not chili peppers. Absolutely not. A lot of people will eat jalapenos. Not me. I know. Doesn't it look good? I mean, if I could send it through the phone, I would. But I had a piece of it yesterday, and it's very, very good. It's absolutely delicious. You know, it doesn't have cocoa in it. It's got carob. And like I said, a lot of people don't understand what carob is. It's vegan and it's all natural, but it tastes good. It's actually better for you than chocolate. Send you some in post, okay? Yes, I know. I wish we do. We need smell-o-scope and we need taste-o-scope, don't we? We need both. We need taste-o-scope. You know, wave of the future, a smell-o-scope and a taste. Oh, you take care too, and thank you for coming in. We need a smell-o-scope and a taste-o-scope. That would be the wave of the future. We could taste it and smell it. You know. Oh, thank you. And thank you for coming in. Yeah, smell-o-scope and taste-o-scope. Yeah, you're cracking up. That's what we need, smell-o-scope and taste-o-scope. Because when Alexis fixes something that looks really good, granted, I don't eat everything of hers because of eggs. I wish I could taste it right then and there. Everything looks so good most of the time. You know, and anybody that fixes vegan stuff, I wish I could taste it. Yes, I certainly am. I most definitely am. 100% vegan. That's why I made this salsa. It's 100% vegan. I did not put the jalapenos in it. Sure, go right ahead. You can ask your question. Sure, go ahead and ask your question. Welcome. Hi, Ann. Good to see you. Here's my salsa I made. I covered it up because you have to get the flavors kind of melted together. But the mango is the main ingredient. Not really. Not at all. You know why it's not expensive? Because you're not eating meat. See, meat in itself is a very expensive item. You can fill your car up with meat and have a great big huge grocery bill. But people say that it's actually expensive to be a vegan. It's not. It's, you know, hi, good to see you. Welcome. You know what they say? Health is wealth. You actually save money by being a vegan because you're not putting into your body the things that are harmful to you. The things like meat, the things like dairy milk, cheese, eggs, all those things like that. You shouldn't have any of it. And when you don't buy those in the store, you'd be surprised how much lower your grocery bill would be. Yes, it is. It's very much worth it because you find your health is much better. I mean, I can take my periscopes now and I can look at the periscopes I did months ago before I started this program. And there's quite a big difference in the way my face looks. And I've really lost you want to do it? Well, just tell yourself, and you have to have a lot of willpower. You can do it. You just have to tell yourself and be willing that when you go to the store to walk away from the meat at the meat counter. Don't pick it up and don't even look at it. Go walk away from it. Walk away from the cheese. Make your own cheese or buy a good vegan cheese. Don't buy what's in the store. The American cheddar cheese slices, they're no good. I like the Daya cheese, so I do buy that. Absolutely, absolutely. I agree right there, 100%. You don't know what to get other than veggies or fruit? Well, I suggest that you try making a few recipes from allrecipes.com. There is a category for vegan recipes. Go in there and try some of their vegan recipes. Now, you can tweak the recipes to your liking. But if you pick a recipe in there and try it and see if you like it, that's well on the way, because this is what's taken from allrecipes.com. I get a lot of my recipes from there. They have a lot of recipes that you can try. And have tried a lot, and I'll probably try a lot more. But that's one thing I can suggest is to look up recipes that you want to make. And oh yeah, nut seeds are good too. Yes, they are. Oh, you love salsa? Oh, this is simple to make. Just have your mango and your green onion. Take a mango, green onion, and your, fresh cilantro that they say was best. They also said that fresh lime juice and lemon juice were the best. Well, I didn't have those either, so I just took them from the bottle. So, oh, yes, I have Vegenaise as well. I do use that once in a while. Or just mayo that doesn't have any eggs in it. Yeah, other than mayonnaise. Exactly right. It's so very, very hard. You can, and you can also, hi, good to see you. Welcome. You can also find recipes for making your own mayonnaise or salad dressing, because the salad dressings you get in the store are not very good. They got all the chemicals in them, and you don't want those chemicals in your body. So it's best to not, I'm going to move this back just a little bit more. I think I'm cutting my head off a little bit too much. There we go. That's better. So if you make your own salad dressing, you see this either too. You make your own salad dressing, make your own mayo. There's cashew mayo, and like I said, I make my own cheese. I've got a cheese sauce that I make. Arlene makes the same one. It's in my my vegan Facebook group, and it's real easy to make with carrots and potatoes. That's a good question. I really don't know. I'll wait until tomorrow comes. I might start looking today to see what I can make. Oh, yeah, that pie. I'll show you the pie. The people weren't in here from yesterday. I had a piece of it. This is what it looks like. Very, very good. If you haven't tried it yet, go ahead and try it because it's really delicious. I really like it. I had a piece of it yesterday. I didn't want to stop at one, but I says, no, I'm not going to overdo and eat any more than just one. That's all I wanted to have. Oh, you make your salad dressings with mango? Well, there you go. The pie? The pie is a tofu carob pie. It took silken tofu. It called for a pound of silken tofu, but it only comes in 12 ounces. So that's all I had to use. So I made it with 12 ounces of silken tofu and carob powder and your sugar, and it came out really good. Now, I don't use refined sugars either. I used cane sugar, 100% cane sugar. There's also coconut sugar as well. It can be, but there again, moderation is the key. You don't want to overdo. I don't eat tofu every day by any means. You got to be very, very, very careful. Just eat things in moderation and don't overdo. Yes. Most of your foods, exactly. They're nothing but laden with a lot of chemicals. They have preservatives in them so that they'll keep in your refrigerator or on your pantry shelf a lot longer. The foods I make don't have preservatives in them, so therefore they aren't going to last as long. But that's okay because I use them up anyway. They don't need to last, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, or whatever, So don't be afraid to make your own foods. And if you can, look at an ingredient of a product in the store and look and see how many ingredients it has in it. There is loads of chemicals. You can't pronounce half of them. Yeah, I do. I don't buy all organic by any means because organic can be very, very expensive. But the best thing you can do when you get your fruits and veggies, wash them off real good. Don't, before you eat them, before you fix them, prepare them, wash them off real good because you don't know if they have chemicals on them or not. They spray a lot of the trees with chemicals. So wash them off real good before you eat them. But if you can afford organic, go ahead. Now, I don't buy everything organic, but in some instances, I do. I buy organic as much as I possibly can. I try to anyway. But there again, organic is expensive and it's not for everyone because it can fit. You can put a tight end into your budget. Oh, you found veggie noodles? I have been looking for veggie noodles and have never found them. And where did you find them? At Whole Foods? Because I know I certainly haven't found any at Walmart. Now, if they have them, I have probably been looking in the wrong place. But I haven't found those either. Stuff like that, you know. I do use egg-free noodles. A place called, Sprouts. Well, we don't have one here since I'm in Oregon. A garden, yes, a garden. Yes, you can have a garden. And, you know, grow organic fruits and vegetables in your garden. You know, you don't spray them with any chemicals of any kind. You know, I don't understand why they do that, because they're harming the people by doing it, but, you know, that's what they do. Hi, Crunchy Lemon Drop. Good to see you. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Here's my salsa. I've got a cover on it because it has to be covered for 30 minutes. But your main ingredient is a mango. And the mango I used was quite ripe. And I had to get it used. Mango is very, very good. I mean, it's a very good fruit. I love mango myself. I really do. People have commented here that you can make different varieties of salsa, like peach salsa, pineapple salsa, which I want to try that too. Is it? Mangoes, yes, they are very good. The only thing I don't like about them is peeling them is okay because I use a knife to peel them, but it's getting the fruit off that stone. That's the hardest part of it. And I'm afraid I'm going to not get it all and leave some on the stone. So I tried, and so here I am eating around the stone to get it all off. But you know, I didn't see what that one was. I'll go back and look at it. But you know, when you make your own foods, you know what's in them. I do too. I love mangoes. They're such a good fruit. I try to buy them not quite so ripe, so they have a chance to ripen up in the store. Because if you buy them really, really ripe in the store, oh my goodness, you're going to have to use them immediately. So I try to buy them not quite so ripe, a little bit on the hard side. When I bought this one that I used, it was a little bit on the hard side. So it took a while to ripen, but it finally got there. And I saw it today and I thought, wow, I better use this up. So when I saw the mango salsa, I said, I'm going to make that and scope it so you people can make it too. Now I'm going to put this up on my Facebook group. Those that want to join my Facebook group, you can do that. It's Karen's Vegan Heaven. Join the Facebook group. I'll have to approve you. And don't be afraid to post recipes in there. That's what it's for. You ate mangoes every day? They fell off the... Oh, my goodness. Oh, that is so cool. When we lived in Hawaii, we had a lot of pineapple. We took a tour of a Dole pineapple factory. They have the Dole pineapple factory there in Waikiki. Quite interesting to watch them make those Dole pineapples. You know, they're good too. Now, I've never had a fresh pineapple. I'm going to have to do that, but I guess there's a trick to getting that outside off, you know. I've seen Alexis do it, how she cuts it off and everything, you know, scores it to get it off, you know, and she turns it upside down. I'm going to have to do that sometime, but I think the next time I make this salsa, I'm going to use a peach or I'm going to use a pineapple. You could probably use other fruits too, you know, but when I saw mango salsa, I've never had mango salsa before. Like my daughter said, well, Mom, that's a sweet salsa. Well, the salsa you buy in the store is not sweet. It doesn't have any sweetness to it. So this ought to be a little bit more sweet than normal. But it does look good. I bet, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, pack it up, I bet so. There's not an unlimited supply of mangoes there in Hawaii. Yeah, well, we didn't have a mango tree in my yard. I lived in Hawaii. We had a tree that you make leis. Now, I don't remember the name of the flower. Plumeria, I think is what it's called. A plumeria tree that you make real pretty leis. So, when I was still married, we lived back there, and my husband had come to the mainland for some kind of business trip. So I went and I made him a lei from the plumeria tree that we had. And when I went to the airport to greet him, I put the lei around his neck. You know, it was real good for making because they're an orchid is what they are. They're orchids. But the hardest part was getting people to leave the orchids alone. They kept wanting to pull the orchids off the tree, and there wouldn't be any left for me, and I have to shoo them off my yard. Okay, what is my Facebook page again? Karen's, capital Karens, apostrophe S, vegan, Vegan, and heaven, capital Heaven. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you. Welcome. Here is my mango salsa. I've got it covered because it has to, the flavors have to come together, so I have to keep it covered before I can even eat it, before I can even try it. So if you want to join that group, hi, good to see you. Welcome. You want to join the group, just ask to join the group. I go into Facebook every once in a while. I check to see if there's people wanting to join my group. And then I approve you for the group, you know, and when you see recipes in there that you want to try to make, just go for it, you know, and tweak them to your liking. Yeah, it does. It's very acidic. And some people can't tolerate a lot of acid. You know, my dad, when he was alive, he couldn't eat anything that had a lot of acid because he'd get real huge canker sores on his tongue. They would be just great big huge welts. And that would be awful to get them on your tongue like that. But you know, I don't like a lot of acid either. And I don't think too much acid is good for you. Actually, it's better if your body is alkaline, not acidic. Because if you have your different foods. And I couldn't tell you which ones are acidic now and which are alkaline. But it's best to look them up and try to get your body as much as alkaline as you can. Stay away from the acidic foods. You know, a little bit probably doesn't hurt, but don't make a habit of it. Because at one time when I was married, my husband and I had done some kind of test on alkaline and acidic. We had gotten these patches, or not patch, but things that you stick in your food to see if it's acidic or if it's alkaline. It lets you know. And I try to take vitamins, which I haven't for a long time. There's one that's good for your antioxidants. If you can take that one, you know, do that too. I really need to get back to taking those again. I haven't taken them in a long time, but I kind of hesitate to do that. But I thank you all for coming in here anyway, because it lets me know that you're there and you're putting the hearts on the screen and you're sharing this out and showing other people about it. And I will, like I said, put this up on Facebook. And also will go up on YouTube, because there are some that are in here in Periscope that are on my YouTube channel as well. And if you want to follow me on YouTube, hi Lisa, good to see you. Welcome. Here's my mango salsa. If you want to follow me on YouTube, just search for Karen Watterson. That's all you have to do is Karen Watterson, and you'll find me on YouTube. This is my mango salsa. I will post it up on Facebook. Oh, okay. Oh, you do? Oh, you drink core? Yeah, this is real good. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Yes, isn't it though? It's covered because it takes 30 minutes for all the flavors to come together. Because somebody asked me if I tried it yet, and I haven't. I gotta let this be covered for a while. I won't be probably trying it here on Periscope, but I'll try it a little bit later. But those that were in my Periscope yesterday, I've got tortilla chips. That's what I'll use with them. Those that were in my Periscope yesterday want to know about my pie. Here's my pie. A piece is missing because I had one for lunch yesterday, and I'm about ready to get another one again. It's very, very good. So if you want to try it, go ahead and try it, and I think you'll really like it. Oh yeah, gotta get all the flavors together. Yes, that pie is really good. You know, and I was so used to carob powder or cocoa powder before. When I first started using carob, I thought, am I really going to like this? But it's not a bad flavor to learn to like. You know, it's an acquired taste for a lot of people. Believe me, it is. It's to die for, and it's one I'm going to make again, let me tell you. And like Earlene, we have a peanut butter carob pie that I made a while back. That's also good too. Really good. People like that as well. But this one's totally different because it's got tofu in it. When I told my daughter I had tofu in the pie, she said, yuck. I said, but you don't taste the tofu. You know, she saw the pie on Facebook since she follows me on Facebook. But she said it looked good, but then I told her it had tofu, and she changed her mind. Oh, 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 boy, good, good. But you know something? We can all make our own foods and be a lot healthier if we get away from the chemicals. Be sure that if you find something in the store that you want to buy, check the ingredients on the packaging. You'd be surprised what's in there. I've done it all the time. And a lot of people will just pick the stuff up and they don't care. But you've got to be diligent and you've got to look at those ingredients on the packaging. Because there are so many chemicals in there that you can't pronounce those chemicals. I mean, if I can't pronounce them, I'm certainly not going to put them in my body. Not by any means. They're not good for you. You don't know what the chemicals are unless you do research on them. But who's going to take the time to do that? You don't know where they came from, anything like that. And the manufacturers don't care. They're just out to sell their product. They don't think that people are going to stand there and look at the ingredients on their products anyway. You know, a lot of people don't. I do, but a lot of people don't care, so they're just going to eat them anyway. You won't tell me what you're eating right now. I can only just imagine. Probably something that's not as good for you as you think. But I just want to tell you that the reason I don't use cocoa powder is because it's got caffeine in it. It's not good for you. If you knew what chocolate had in it, you wouldn't eat it. It's full of bugs and everything else. Don't eat. I was a chocoholic. I used to eat a lot of chocolate. I don't anymore. You know, I want to be safe. I want to be healthy. So I'm going to eat what's better for me. And the carob powder works. It's vegan. I know it's not harmful for me. And I substitute it for everything that comes along that says chocolate. I put the carob in there instead. If you saw my Periscope, it's been a while back now. I'm not sure exactly. It's been a few months ago when I made my fudge. I made that with carob chips, which taste just like the milk chocolate chips that you buy in the store, only these are better. And I took a cup of peanut butter, a cup of those chips, and 3/4 cup of maple syrup and cook it on the stove, and then pour it into a parchment lined paper dish, because if you don't put parchment paper in the dish, you're not going to be able to get your fudge out. And then put it in the refrigerator for about an hour or so, and then cut it. And I put it back on the parchment lined paper. It is to die for. It is so good. And I love it. I haven't made it in a while, and I'll have to go back to making it again. But I enjoy making things for other people, you know, and myself as well, because I know what's in them. I'm not guessing. I don't have to scratch my head and say, well, what's in it? Hi, good to see you. Welcome. And if you know what's in it, you don't have to worry. And put healthy stuff in your body, because our bodies are the temple of God, and we're supposed to not put harmful things in our body. So that's why I'm trying to avoid drinking the dairy milk, eating the meat, the dairy cheese, and the eggs. What made me become vegan? Well, I wasn't as healthy as I should have been. And I was really overweight. I was 250 pounds. And that was way too much. Now I'm under 200. So I've lost over 50 pounds. And I just keep losing. It goes up and down. It fluctuates up and down a few pounds. But I'm so happy that I was able to get that much off. You from Russia? Wow. Well, good to see you. Welcome. Oh, yes. I didn't put it on overnight, and I'm certainly not going to take it off overnight. You just got to be diligent enough. Once you start this plant-based lifestyle, keep going. You know, I was concerned, can I really do this? Is it going to work? But so far, it's worked for me. I can tell from my original Periscopes. If those people that are following me, you can take and go back to watch some of my older Periscopes and see what I look like then to what I look like now. A big, big difference. A very big difference. Hi, welcome. Thank you for coming in. That's exactly, we sure do. We have to be healthy and ready to run, because that time is coming upon us before very, very long. We don't know how long we got, but it's not very long, so we want to be healthy. So that's why I come in here doing these vegan scopes, because not to make people vegan, but to let you know that vegan does exist, and you'll be a lot healthier. if you do go vegan, because you're going to do your body a favor. And the thing of it is, you start putting the wrong things in your body, you're going to breed cancer. As Leslie says, cancer hates it. One thing that cancer loves is sugar. If you eat a lot of sugary snacks, cancer just loves that. But you eat things like broccoli, spinach, kale, which Leslie hates, but kale is another thing. Cancer hates all those. It hates anything that's healthy for you. So if you can put anything in your body that's healthy, do it, because you keep cancer away. Because see, the point that I'm making is it's very easy to get cancer. I come from a family of people that died from cancer. My dad died of leukemia. My mom died of cancer. So I would be susceptible to getting it if I didn't eat right. So I've decided I've got to start eating better, because there's no time like the present. I'm 70 years old. That maybe seem a little old to start, but you're really never too old to start, you know. And people keep telling me I'm aging backwards, which I'd rather do that than go forward. But I look at myself now, I look at myself from a year ago or even a few months ago, and there's a big difference. You know, I looked my age then. I don't look my age so much now, and I suppose that's what's a good thing about it. People say I can't be 70, but I am 70. Well, thank you. I wish I were, but nope, I'm 70 years old. I'll be 71 in January. So, but if you'd have seen me before I started this journey, you would have said, yes, I'm in my 70s. I looked older than 70, believe me. But now that, thank you so much. That makes me feel good to know that I'm doing the right thing and I'm on the right track, and I'm going to keep going, because if I can do it, anybody can do it. Just tell yourself you can do it. Look at what it's done for me. Look at how it's helped me to keep this weight off and lose the weight. And like I said, I'm losing. See how my arms got a little fat under there? That goes to show you how fat my arms were. I've lost the weight in my arms too. I don't like the looks of it, but I try to keep it covered up as much as possible. I saw that one day and I thought, oh my goodness, that's gross. But then I realized when I stand in the mirror and I says, oh my goodness, I did lose the weight. Like I said, my son, he noticed it on Thanksgiving last year that I was losing weight. He's not very observant otherwise, but he noticed it. Oh, you're a vegetarian? Cheese is your weakness? It's a lot of people's weakness. It's my son's weakness. He knows that he shouldn't be eating cheese. He says, Mom, I know I should stop. But he can't do it because he's so used to eating it. So he eats it and eats it and eats it. But, you know, once you stop eating it and you go back, you'll never go back. You'll start making your own. Yeah, I used to be hooked on McDonald's too much. Until one day, and I told this story to some people. A lot of you may not have been here when I told this story, but one day I went in to get something from McDonald's, and my debit card wouldn't go through. Tried 3, 4, 5 times, and it always had before. It's like the Lord was telling me, Karen, you don't need this stuff. I want you to start eating better. You know, after that, I never went back to McDonald's. And then I started on my journey of plant-based. I said, well, the Lord's telling me I don't need it. I guess I don't. And I've never looked back. Never. I mean, I walk past McDonald's when I walk into Walmart, and I say, adios, McDonald's. I don't need you. Yes, I have. I've got some on my Facebook group. If you go into my Facebook group, you'll see there's recipes for vegan cheese. I got vegan cheese sauce, and I've got a sliceable cheese. Yes, I have. I have made cheese before. I may find some more to make and periscope them, but they're fun to make. My cheese sauce, now Ernene makes the same one I do. It's got carrots and potatoes. Carrots and potatoes and not nutritional yeast or several other things in it. And you put it in a Vitamix and mix it up. Okay, thanks for coming in and take care and have a good day. Bye-bye. Yeah, I know. But you know something? I walk past McDonald's and I don't give them a second glance. I refuse to go back into McDonald's. After that bout I had with them that I couldn't get my thing to work, I thought, I don't need McDonald's. You know, the Lord was telling me, I don't need it. And I don't. I don't need it, and I'm never going to go back. So I'll choose not to. I'm going to think this might be long enough. Let me try a little bit of this and see what it tastes like. Wow. Very good salsa. If you can make this, go ahead and make it. It's really, really good. Tastes really good. So, but I think I'll call it quits for now because I got things I have to do, but I may come on tomorrow, and I don't know exactly what I'll make tomorrow, but I'll have to look and see what I'm going to make. But until we meet again, take care. God bless, and bye-bye.